Hello, and welcome to the FIFA eFriendlies home show. My name is Layla, and we've got an awesome plan for you today. We've got two incredible games, Norway versus Denmark, Peru versus Mexico. Great friendlies coming up for you. We've got also two great guests. Megabit will be on the show, as well as Beast Mode. Adebayo Akinfenwa will be here as well. I couldn't possibly do it all alone, could I? So, of course, we've got some great guests, FIFA minds, analysts, and commentators. Please welcome Spencer Owen. No, I did it right the first time. Spencer Owen,
Hello.
Dan Gaskin, Mark Hatcher, Brandon Smith, and Richard Buckley. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Spencer, how is lockdown life treating you? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I can't complain personally. It's getting a little bit repetitive now, I think, for a lot of people. We're finding ourselves in this kind of Groundhog Day situation, but I think it's great we're getting to do stuff like this. You know, if this was 10, 15, 20 or so years ago, there'd just be no option. We'd feel even more isolated than we probably already do. And so really excited to be part of this. And yeah, I'm hoping obviously we can return to normality when it's safe to do so. But in the meantime, fantastic that we get to create the content we can do.
Nice, so true. Dan, how about you? I know you very kindly moved your washing for us, so I appreciate that.
Surprisingly, I actually did some washing, Layla. That's more of a surprise at the moment, is just managing to keep on top of things. It's very easy to let things go by in these current times. It is a good time period to grow a beard, I found. I'm not really succeeding, but Spencer's doing pretty well. Mark's trying his best. We won't talk about Richard's, but it's certainly getting there. But honestly, it's great to, like, for me, going to events and working in this kind of industry has always been about making friends, and like being able to still talk to some of my friends doing stuff like this is really cool.
Yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky it's at the right time to have internet with us. Mark Hatcher, have you got your guitar with you?
I do, just in case something breaks out. You never know, right? The sing-song might break out. But I just want to touch on what Dan said. He's done his washing. I'm at the other end of the scale in quarantine at the moment, where I'm just living in like 2 pairs of joggers. And I think that's the correct thing to do, by the way. I want to keep myself comfortable. I want to feel homely. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too busy doing things I don't need to do. It's fine. But I'm excited to be here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun today. Looking forward to some friendlies.
I'm in joggers too, I'll be honest. I think we're all from the waist down in comfort mode, right?
100%.
Brandon,
Yeah.
are you in joggers?
I'm rocking some flip-flops at the moment.
Good man.
That's my current situation. But no, yeah, I think we're all pretty lucky, aren't we, that we're in this situation. We work in this so-called industry as well, which the one thing that hasn't been affected is video games. So we've been able to play FIFA, a lot of FIFA, still haven't improved, so to speak. But I'm very much looking forward to tonight and seeing some of the great guests we're going to have on.
And Richard, how about you? What have you been up to? Any new skills?
Yeah, I've had a fairly productive quarantine, to be honest. Hoovered, done my washing like Dan did. All the essentials I've been getting on top of. Also, I've rediscovered my love for shortbread. So I've got 3 packs just here to my side, ready to go for the show.
Shortbread? Like the ones you get free at a hotel?
Yeah, so I've got 5 packs next to me, shortbread fingers. If you want to pick it up, call me.
When you say it's not the biggest selling point, though. They're out of date.
Yeah, they're out of date. They went out of date in November, but we moved. Beggars can't be choosers.
I love that it takes a global pandemic to make you hoover your house, though.
Yeah, it does.
Amazing.
We know that now.
We know that now. It's hoovered, it's clean, and he's got shortbread. That's all that matters. Well, we're all at home, and we're obviously not the only ones at home. Globally, everyone's at home as well, and a lot of our FIFA Pro players are at home too. This is what they've been up to.
Hey guys, Jeffrey here from EA SPORTS. In the background you see my gaming setup is ready to play around FIFA. The main message for you is please stay at home. Best wishes from Borussia and me. Have a good day.
There is a lot of stuff to do at home, like playing video games, playing FIFA, creating content, streaming, a lot of stuff. And also you can kill your Ethernet cable by putting it in the wrong space. Rip. One of the things I'm doing a lot is streaming FIFA. So I keep playing so I can have fun, and also the people can have fun too, and we are there. So you can see all the people waiting for the live, and yeah. Another day at home means another day of FIFA, another day of editing, streaming, and a lot of stuff like that. So I will be editing a video, and then I think I will be streaming, and then I have an interview, I think. And then we go again with the stream. So I keep streaming every day, every minute, every second of my life, and then maybe tonight I will have a video chat with my friends and we'll play some like board games. I don't know. Contact lens is on now. It's time for an interview with a surfer that is one of the Italian rappers. And one funny thing is that a lot of things didn't change in this period, like the fact that I'm always late.
Hey guys, it's Patacon here. I've been told to show my setup to you guys, but before this I just want to say to stay safe, stay at home, because it's important right now. I know that it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's important, so stay safe because it will be better for our future. So guys, this is a quick tour. I have these two monitors. This one I use to actually play the games and this one for stream stuff. There you are. So I also have like good keyboard and mouse because I like to play other games. There are my trophies and stuff, my controller, and yeah, this is pretty much what it is. I hope you all enjoyed and remember to stay safe and stay at home, okay? Thank you.
Right now I'm just, using this time to watch the best gameplay in the world online. That's the best part about FIFA. You can, even though you are staying at home, you can still play it. So it's important for you to keep practicing. And also, I have a board in which I can, analyze my gameplay, analyze other people's gameplay. So, it's a perfect time for you to grind. It's time to grind. So, I hope you are all staying safe. I hope you respect the quarantine and, best wishes. And I hope you all stay safe. See you. Adios.
Meu favorito e essencial ao jogar FIFA é meu controle, meu videogame e o meu monitor.
Hello everyone, my name is Rafif. I'm a player for EA SPORts and I'm home right now. Everyone is home right now. It's important for all of us to be home in quarantine to win this game, win this battle against the coronavirus. Stay home, everyone. I want to show you my setup. Here are my trophies. Here are Brazil playing in the World Cup 2002 finals. This is my setup. I'm doing live stream right now. You can see all the guys sending their hearts here. Thank you everyone, and remember, stay home.
Hey guys, it's Rami from Egypt. Hope you're fine and safe. Also, I'm playing FIFA right now as usual. I'm streaming 3 to 4 times per week. And that made me try some new players, Didier Drogba and Michael Bittner, the African legends. Please stay at home as much as you can. I know it's different, home activities are different, but still I managed to do some workouts, push-ups, jumping rope, some crunches. Do whatever you do, but please stay at home and be safe.
Looks like everyone's working out and live streaming. I think live streaming is obviously a big thing right now, more than ever before. Spence, you're our sort of branding king. I wanted to know, what kind of advice did you give the hashtag boys of how to make this an opportunity?
Yeah, obviously it's not a situation that anyone wants to be in, but there is an ability to potentially make the most of it and, and not sit and be idle throughout it. And I think we had a sit down when we kind of first started to realize what was going on. And we talked about the fact that obviously streaming is an option and making content and, still staying fresh, staying good at the game that you work on and competitively ready for what we don't know when it's going to come back. Obviously, we're going to talk about that later today, but being as an athlete, essentially, or as an esports competitor, being ready to compete, but also being able to make that sort of lighthearted content with your audience and interact with them. So I don't think any of these, I think it's important to stress that none of these guys are, well, some of them are, but mostly they're not streamers first. They're competitive guys who right now, and we're going to get on to talk about this with Megabit, aren't able to do the thing that they are most good at maybe, or most used to, or most want to focus on. But I think a lot of credit deserves to go out to these guys who are making the most of their situation and finding ways to adapt.
Exactly. Well, you mentioned Megabit. I think it's perfect to bring him in now. Megabit, are you there? 3-time virtual Bundesliga champion. Hello. Good to speak to you. How are you doing, my friend? How's lockdown treating you?
Thanks for having me. I'm fine. Hopefully you are all as well. Actually, I already heard you are, as here since the beginning. Yes, lockdown for me it's obviously crazy times. You have to change your whole life around. It's more about home office and actually staying at home than as for the last 2 years when FIFA became really professional, it was all about traveling all around the world, in Germany, throughout the world. So now it's all fine and place at home, but luckily we as an online game still have opportunities to work on.
And are you with family, with friends? Whereabouts are you isolating?
The thing is, my family lives 500 kilometers away from me in Bavaria. I live in Bochum right now in Germany. Obviously, I'm here since 2.5 years, so I have friends all around. But most of them, they are studying and they aren't living here except for their studies. So right now, no one studies and they are not here. So sometimes it's obviously a bit lonely. I still have a few friends I can meet sometimes, and otherwise it's all about Skyping, Discord or Zoom, whatever.
Spence, take it away. I know you have some questions for Megabit.
Yes, indeed. Megabit, again, thanks for joining us, mate. I'd love to pick your brains a little bit about this situation we all find ourselves in. So it's important to stress, first of all, the only thing we do know about the competitive season is that it's suspended. Okay, anything else we're going to talk about or kind of a toss-up between us is just hypothetical. Okay, we don't know. There's no official party line apart from that it's been suspended. But with that in mind, I want to find out what it's been like to be a professional player during this time. So first off, mate, what was it like when you found out? What was your initial reaction that the season, and it was kind of gradual, wasn't it? One competition was suspended, then it was a few more, and you started to realise this is quite serious.
Actually, it was not as big of a surprise as I thought it would. At the end of February, I won the Virtual Bundesliga Club Championship, and it was an offline event, found place in Munich. So I traveled from Bochum to Munich by plane, and yeah, that was actually the first time where some people had masks on, and there were some suspicious looks when you had to cough or something. So I knew, okay, this is not normal, and it will probably get worse. And afterwards, I actually wanted to celebrate with a few friends of mine that actually come from my hometown in Bavaria. So 1 week after winning the club championship, they visited me. And that was basically the last weekend where you could do whatever you want. And yeah, it was the same weekend where I heard FUT Champions Cup 6 or 5, was it back then, in Bucharest, got suspended. And yeah, I had one more time when I traveled to Bremen, and that was the day when Germany officially announced like there won't be any big events anymore. So from that moment on, I knew it's only a matter of time when the whole competitive season gets suspended, because it's an international problem. Right now, probably you can only do and think about alternatives on a national level, I would say, online, but obviously for World Cup and something, it's pretty difficult with connection stuff. So yeah, it's kind of the difficult thing, what to think will be the next steps. But obviously, it's all about health first. No matter physical or mental, we have to take care of that. And that's more important than playing FIFA or actually entertaining people through competitive FIFA.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, we echo that we all understand that health must come first, and certainly no one's suggesting any events or anything happen before it's safe to do so. For us, it was the same. You know, we were all together, a lot of the guys on this stream in Italy for the last event there. And obviously, Italy is one of the nations that was hardest hit, has been hardest hit so far with COVID-19. So it was a matter of, I think, a week, really, after that event that people were starting to be tested in airports and things when they came out of it. So, yeah, crazy timing. What I'd love to know from you as a professional, you know, this is your livelihood. This is what you do for a living. What were the initial impacts on you individually when these events started to be postponed? And what were you thinking, you know, is going to happen next?
Obviously, nearly everything changed. You said it before, we aren't like content producers first, but more like we are competitive players first. And competitive playing is now actually not available anymore with tournaments. So it's more about producing content and only online. So before that, I had so many travel times through Germany or at events international. So that's all gone now. Obviously, we still can kind of do our thing at home. But at the same time, it's actually difficult because FIFA is like a 1v1 game. and we don't have like competitive modes with 2v2 or 3v3 where we can actually connect with each other. So I think that might be a thing that's actually even more difficult during these times, because, for example, I prefer to play some other games connecting with friends at the same time, which is not possible in FIFA right now.
Yeah, Pro Club's not bad for that. I've done a little bit of Pro Clubs the last few weeks. It can be quite fun. I would, I mean, what I'd like to talk to you about is where we think it could go from here. Again, just to clarify, all we know is the season's been suspended. But if we put a kind of hypothetical hat on, we start thinking about where it could go, and we don't know the timings. I mean, the football season we should talk about as well, because it's similar, right? We at #United have a football team, and that was one of the first things that got hit. Our season was cancelled. And our season was cancelled, and in our leagues, the lower down leagues, it was declared what they call null and void, which means it essentially never happened. And that's only one instance we've seen. We've seen other leagues across the countries and the world kind of finish the seasons based on the points that have already been accrued. In Belgium, for example, they cancelled the playoff system, and they just said the team that's top is going to be the champions this year, and that's how they're going to work out European qualification. I think in many cases this has all been quite premature, because none of us really know when we're going back. None of us know it's going to go back to normal. So obviously we don't know what's going to happen. But if it was up to you, if you talked with friends, if you talked with other pros about how this could potentially be solved, is it a case of being solved? Is it a case of, wrapping up the season? What do you think is the safest option?
To be honest, I can't imagine like the playoffs and World Cup will find place in the way it was initially planned. And then we have obviously the big problem with connection. We have to actually, it would be maybe an alternative where players from all around the world get to maybe a few locations in Europe or something. So it won't be a connection problem. But to be honest, I don't think it can find place in the next few months. So for me, it's more a thing about, for example, same as with football. Right now, all leagues are actually thinking, okay, how can we end the National League, or what is our plans next to it? For example, like the Champions League and Europe League, I feel like no one cares about right now because leagues first. And I could imagine the same thing with FIFA. For example, the Premier League or the virtual Bundesliga, no matter whether it's connected to the global series anymore or not, I think those events could find place, even an online program. I feel like for me, it wouldn't be a problem to actually play from home against other German competitors. It wouldn't be a problem with connection, with streaming, hopefully. So there might be a few solutions, but when it comes to international events, I have no idea how this will develop in the next few months. I mean, for example, with playoffs, we're talking about 64 people on each console, with probably around 30 to 40 nations each. So that's pretty much. And yeah, it's really difficult to say because we're just at the beginning of this whole thing.
Let's talk about your situation specifically, Megabit. If we take a look at the rankings now, we can see where you are on Xbox. And you're actually 19th at the moment. And for those people watching that maybe aren't clued up in exactly how this works in terms of qualifying for the FIFA E World Cup that happens at the end of each game, they take the top 16 from each console. So, for example, if one eventuality could be that the top 16 were to get taken as they currently are, without the other tournaments happening, this would see you miss out. And obviously that would be quite a shame for you. You've worked hard throughout the year to try and get a chance to get in this top 16. But obviously that could be one eventuality that might have to be happened. And I think objectively, would you agree that that would be better, for example, than not having a World Cup?
It's a difficult question. Obviously, I'm kind of subjective there. But I wouldn't have a problem if it's top 16 if there's no other choice apart from that. Only thing is, like, I remember back when my last event, it was in January at the Third Foot Champions Cup. Obviously, I didn't have like the win or go home feelings there. It was just that event, but obviously not the thinking of the whole season. I was like, okay, there might be Nations Cup, there might be the virtual Bundesliga for me, playoffs, another few Foot Champions Cups, and yeah, I have so many opportunities left to actually get those points. And now it's a complete different situation. And for me, I feel like I had enough chances to get in those top 16. For me, it's not my best FIFA. I'm not used to the game style that is probably the most effective this year with holding the ball. But yeah, I actually could live with it. Probably also because I already won a championship, which is probably right now.
You won loads of championships. Look at the trophies you got behind you.
but
Loads of
I mean,
trophies.
this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
No,
was
of course.
pretty. For me, that was
I was gonna
actually
say-
mind-changing for the whole season. Like winning that, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is not my best FIFA. I could live with me not being at World Cup once, maybe. And now with the pandemic as well, to be honest, I don't have those competitive vibes right now. Like my
Yeah.
head is there to play FIFA, obviously, but it's not like, okay, I can fully focus now and forgetting what's happening all around the world.
No, it's great insight, Megabit. Really appreciate it. There's no right or wrong answer. No one knows. And I definitely empathise with the people that have got to make the decisions at the higher up end of things, because there is no way to please everyone. It's a really tricky situation. But thank you for joining us, mate. Best of luck. Stay safe.
Thanks for having me.
See you soon.
Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Thank you, Megabit. What an insight. Thank you, Spence. That was awesome. I found really interesting him also mentioning that it's obviously not just the gaming part, but the traveling and going around the world and everything else that you experience in that career. Guys, you obviously all travel as well in doing that. Mark, what do you miss most?
I mean, firstly, that was an amazing insight from Megabit. I got to give him a huge shout out for, his objectiveness and, his bigger picture that he's seeing at the moment. I think a lot of players and a lot of people kind of would get bogged down in the fact that, they just want to compete and the World Cup and they work so hard, etc. But shout out to him and his sort of mature head that he's got on him to see the bigger picture. So great stuff from Megabit. But I mean, for me, I'm obviously missing the traveling. I'm missing the opportunity to watch these players and the best in the world do what they do. That's why I love doing what I do. The opportunity to, commentate over people who are at the top of their game in such an elite class is an amazing thing. So that's obviously devastating personally, but I feel for the players, to be honest with you, more than anyone, more than any of us, just because of the fact that they are the ones who are putting in insane amount of hours, hard yards, going through these incredibly, turmoil filled online qualifiers just to have the opportunity to reach these tournaments and travel the world. And I sympathize with them. But as, Megabit and Spencer were saying perfectly, there is no obvious solution to it at the moment. And it's just a case of, we have to look after ourselves and just do what we can do to get by at the moment.
We'll be hearing more from Megabit tomorrow. He'll be playing in one of our friendlies, so we'll be seeing more from him tomorrow. Make sure you're watching then. We've still got a Scandinavian rivalry, an all-Latin American battle coming up, and another interview with Akinfenwa as well after this short break. Welcome back to the FIFA eFriendlies home show. I'm Layla. I'm joined by Spencer, Dan, Mark, Brandon, and Richard. We've just had Megabit on the show. I hope you didn't miss it because we absolutely loved it. Dan, what did you think? He was deep.
He was indeed. I was very impressed he hadn't committed to a quarantine haircut yet as well. I've seen a lot of people, they're going for just the buzz of the one. I know #Tom, he even did it for charity as well, cut all his hair off. But I like what he was saying about, like, he doesn't worry too much about this season now. Like, he is a phenomenal FIFA player. He's done well in 17, 18, 19, yada, yada, yada. But he can then look back at FIFA 20 and say, well, look at what happened. We had a global pandemic. It's a pretty good excuse to kind of put that season to bed and then say, let's move on to FIFA 21, FIFA 22. So I think that he's a phenomenal player. He had an amazing interview there. Maybe we should look at the haircut situation. I'm feeling the same as well. Any recommendations of, like,
go for the number one, Dan?
I would love to know.
Number one.
Mark's been preparing for this for years.
I've known about this for a while. This is what it's all about. Yeah, just get the clippers out. Get it done, mate. Get it off.
Richard, you got any hair cutting tip?
Does it look like he does?
I love it. Listen, we've had some friends. Oh, go ahead. Did you go?
I was
Tell me
going to
the
say,
tip.
little interesting fact that Richard, like, he never normally has a razor on his hair. It's just clippers only. That's how he gets it that nice and curly.
That's how he does it. Good to know. Good to know. Well, we've had loads of friendlies happening over the last couple of days. I hope you haven't missed them. But if you have, here's what you might have missed.
Well, we saw a number of E-Nation stay and play friendlies take place this week. The first one saw Norway take on Denmark. This is Denmark's fourth goal in a very impressive 4-1 win.
Fantastic game there, Brandon. We got a South American clash between Brazil and Colombia. Brazil running out 3-0 victors in the end. The pick of the bunch, that goal from Zizinho from a free kick.
And the action didn't stop there. We go back over to Europe where we saw Germany, very strong nation when it comes to FIFA eSports, up against Austria. 5-2 victory it was there. You can see coach Benedict Sauser on the screen, and Megabit putting the sword to Austria. That was to get the goal back.
Another interesting game here between two European countries. Russia beating Finland 4-0. This goal coming just on the stroke of the 90th minute. A fantastic strike from the edge of the box to make it 4.
We were able to see a handful of goals in this one. 8 goals in total between Malta and Portugal. This was Portugal's equaliser early on. This is Diogo Jota as well. Professional footballer in action of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Ronaldo getting the goal there, but unfortunately it all went downhill in the end. And Malta snaps that win, 5-3.
Japan versus Malaysia here. Japan come out with a 4-3 victory in the end against Malaysia. They took a couple of early goals here. James Maddison playing for Leicester as Malaysia not in FIFA 20. 4-3 win in the end for Japan.
And probably our most comfortable win of these E-Nation stay and play friendlies. Israel, 8-0 win. This is Dabur as well. Professional footballer. Another one of those that seems to be incredibly good on the sticks. 8 goals in total. Unfortunately, no way in for this Romanian side.
USA going rampant here. 6-1 victory against Brazil. They're actually 1-0 down as well. They got a goal back there to make it 1 apiece, and then an absolute masterclass from the USA. Christian Pulisic getting the 6th. 68 minutes into that friendly.
And we thought that Israel game was one side of the affair. This one was as well. South Africa winning 8-2 against UAE. This is number 7 they scored, and by this point, it really was game over.
Comfortable victory there for South Africa, Brandon. Our final friendly for today. Colombia up against Chile. It was a 3-0 victory for Colombia. Juan Corradado down his right-hand side, whipped into Martinez, and a comfortable 3-0 victory for Colombia.
Wow, we've had some high score lines there. Rich, what's been your favourite thing? What have you enjoyed from the friendlies so far?
I've enjoyed seeing professional footballers playing FIFA. I think a lot of players, we've been surprised with how good they actually are. A couple of weeks ago, we've seen some Swedish players. Jesper Lindström springs to mind from Bromby. Also, we had the opportunity to commentate PSG's Juan Bernat last week as well. Unbelievable. He actually beat the competition winner. The person who ran through the entire competition went into Bernat in the final. Bernat beat him. He's a verified player, 28-2. So seeing the quality of some of these professional footballers really is making me a bit interested, to be honest, in seeing what they could do on Weekend League.
It is. It's been great, and you can watch more of those over on FIFA.gg. All of the friendlies will be there, and more to come. Right, so coming up next, we've got a great game: Norway versus Denmark. It's Fredberg versus Bakken, and we've got who's going to be commentating on this one, because I think we should make it a little bit more fun.
I think
you guys are.
We're going to pass it over. These guys, they're going to take it away.
Wait. Where are all the arrows going? This is confusing.
Mark, please go, Mark.
Layla's got it.
But yeah, we're going to commentate on this one, Layla.
Perfect. So I think we should give them, Spence, I don't know what your thoughts are, give them a word to maybe squeeze into the commentary, make it a little bit more light and fun. It's a friendly, why not?
Exactly. This is what friendly football allows you to do, Layla. We used to do this back in the day in my casting days. So I've got a word for Brandon to throw in there. We're going to go with lettuce. You get the word lettuce in there, please, Brandon.
Give it a go, mate.
Well, I want more than give it a go. Also, I don't just want.
That's not the point. You can't just decide if you want it or not do it.
Exactly. I want to measure how you got it in, like the context. How did he use it? Is it? I've got my pen here because I'm going to mark you a score out of 10 for it, mate.
Yeah, we're going to judge you on this. In that case, if we're going with lettuce, I'm going to choose the next word. And in the theme of lettuce and salads, Richard, I would like you to squeeze the word hummus into your commentary today.
Oof. Good word.
It's fine by me.
Yeah, fine by me. He's
Anytime.
taking it easy. All right then, guys, we'll hand it over to you.
Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, we are going to jump into our one of two friendly matches today. Of course, myself and Richard will be taking you through this. And we've got a little bit of a Scandinavian matchup here, Richard. We are looking at Fredberg up against Andreas. I think they can hear us. Wave, boys, if you can hear us. They can indeed. There you go. Yes. Fredberg and Andreas on the screen. And guys, how are we? You both okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Very well.
Awesome.
Yeah, very best of luck for this friendly. Fredberg, you feeling confident?
Yeah, of course. I'm a bit nervous, of course, but I'm used to the pressure in Brøndby.
And of course, for you, Andreas, your first time playing against Fredberg, and you did play 2 days ago. I believe Denmark played against Norway in these eFriendlies that we've been doing. You're currently 2-0 in the last time you both have matched against each other. Looking to maybe go 3-0 today, so to speak.
Yeah, I hope to get the win here, but Fredberg is a very good player, so it's going to be difficult.
Amazing. Amazing stuff, guys. Well, we won't hold you any longer. Get yourselves into the game. And as we mentioned, we're just going to be playing a best of one with the national teams. Head-to-head 85 rated mode. And Richard, as I alluded to, the last two times these teams have met in e-friendly, so to speak, where, of course, professional FIFA players from both nations have gone at it, it's actually been 2-0 in matches for Norway.
Yeah, overall, Brandon, a little fact for you. Denmark have won 27 times when these two nations have matched up in real life. Drawn 8, and Norway have won 9. So Denmark winning 3 times the amount of games that Norway have won when these two nations have matched up.
Well, it's going to be Fredberg kicking from left to right in this game. Fredberg with the first chance. If you don't know, Fredberg currently sits in the Global Series rankings. A man that's had a lot of success with FIFA competitions as well. If you think back to the E-Club World Cup back in Paris, he picked up that win with Brøndby there, Richard. And if anything, he's been one of the staples in Danish FIFA. We've seen the likes of August Rosemeyer, Mal Basher, those guys be, of course, world champions in the past. But Fredberg, certainly in that list of the top 5, you would say, Danish players that have been able to achieve so much.
Absolutely. If you look at his resume with Brøndby, Club World Cup, on multiple occasions with that Brøndby team. You've also got E-Superliga Championship as well, going to Team Brøndby, so he's a winner. He clutches up on the big stage.
Red time.
Is that red time there from Fredberg?
Obviously still playing his FIFA at Brøndby is Fredberg. On the other side of that, Andreas involved in the E-Serien, another virtual league, currently sits 235th on the Global Series ranking, so just 23 spots between both of these two players. They've never matched up before in the competitive circuit. Chance now back to goal. This will be Fredberg if he can try and break the deadlock early on, and done a lot of the ball in these first few minutes, just trying to struggle to find that killer ball.
Yeah, lovely play on the edge of the box with a couple of the step overs, and then that shot cannoning off of the defender. I think it's important to point out as well, we are playing like 85 rated game mode, so maximum skill moves is 3. The weak foot does scale to the players, but don't be expecting to see any elasticos, any running scoop turns. Simple FIFA.
There's a man that a lot of people have been talking about, Richard Halland, of course, up top for Norway. I believe if we are playing 85 head-to-head rated mode, the forwards have about 91 pace on them, so maybe that could be something to look towards Norway. First chance of the game, and not coming to anything.
Especially with Haaland's physical stature as well. You've got to think he's one of the favourites. I remember back in the day with FIFA 12, 13, it was always the most physical teams when you used to play competitive FIFA on 85 rated game mode, was the teams that players would go for. Crystal Palace being one of the favourites, I seem to remember.
Here is Norway. Wants defending again. Really impressive from Fredberg so far in this game. If you have just tuned in, this is one of our 2 friendlies today. You would have seen throughout the week a number of these E-Nation stay-and-play friendlies, Richard, and as we mentioned 2 days ago, they played against each other. Fredberg actually beat Norway's player at the time, which was Rasmussen, a player that has had a lot of success for Norway, involved in the E-Serien as well. However, Norway did actually turn the tide back. They won the Pro Footballer match 4-0. And of course, if you do the maths, 5-4 in aggregate, Norway won. So just somehow snatched the win. You can hear a lot of buttons being jammed, that's for sure. Halland now. Here's a chance.
Stinging in the hands of the goalkeeper there. Erling Haaland managed to find his way through. Somehow goes in between the 2 players. Great save though from the goalkeeper. Seems as though Norway slightly building into this game after an early spell of pressure from Denmark.
At half-time, we will have a chat with both of the 2 players to maybe quiz them about their time in FIFA eSports or about the national team that they are using currently. Chance again for Norway to get this ball forward.
Lovely play. On the edge of the box, broke down when it did find its way to Haaland. Couple of step overs, near post shot. Always going wide, Brandon. How are you thinking about your word? Have you thought of any angles to get it in yet?
I won't lie to you. If there's been a few quiet moments on air, I've just been thinking lettuce. Can he cut the lettuce?
Can you cut the lettuce?
I'm just thinking. Honestly, I'm on this blank at the moment. I mean, you've got a bit of hummus to talk about.
I'll get it in, don't worry.
Here's a chance back. Goal! Once again. Jarstein in the net for Norway. Stands strong. No way through for Fredberg. Fredberg knocking on Norway's door. Time after time, as we said, netted 4 against them just a few days back. Martin Braithwaite. And in the end, no way through once again. 0-0 so far, as we said. Best of 1 this game we are looking at, if you have just joined us.
Good tackle. Thought Elyounoussi might have just slipped in there.
As we said, we will chat to both of these 2 at half-time. Just ask them a few questions about the teams they're using as well, because if they have been playing these E-Nation stay-and-play friendlies over the last few days, I'm sure they would have practiced quite a lot with these national teams, any players that they are favouring in their starting 11. Chance now inside. Again, if that was just to land into the striker, Richard, that could have been 1-0 to Norway.
Just looking for that decisive ball, Brandon, really. That killer pass in the final third. Been a couple of chances, but still, as we come into injury time in this first half, nothing to separate the 2 sides. Haaland turns his man, smashes it into the back of the net. And just as I was talking, Erling Haaland breaks the deadlock in this E-Nations Stay and Play friendly.
He's the man of the moment, isn't he, in the footballing world? And on the virtual pitch, he is the player, I should say, to get Norway 1-0 up in this game. Both players have bad chances. You'd probably say Denmark the better of the chances, but a perfect time to score it. Just added time to come any second now. And that'll take us into half-time. Guys, just a quick one in that game. Obviously, Fredberg, so many chances created in that game. You'd probably be thinking to yourself that you should probably have a chance going 1-0 up. Talk to me about your Denmark team. What formation are you playing? Is there any kind of key players in there that have been really helpful to you?
Yeah, I probably should have scored a 1 or 2, but my formation is this in this game mode. 85 rated is actually the diamond from maybe FIFA 17 or something like that. In Ultimate Team, I'm playing 4-4-2, but in this game mode, I actually play the diamond with strikers as my backs. So quite offensive style.
Wait, you play strikers as your wing backs?
Yeah, exactly. Both of them.
I mean, they've got 91 pace.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm using them.
Andreas, what formation are you using in game?
Actually the same, and for the same reason. I'm also playing 4-2-3-1 in Ultimate Team, but here I feel you have to have more people around the box to create chances. So yeah.
Are you using strikers for wingbacks?
No, not strikers on wingbacks, but same formation. Not the backs as high up the pitch as Fredberg.
And a quick one as well, Andreas. Obviously 1-0 up at this moment in time. Talk to us about Haaland and the goal you scored, because it was a lovely passage of play, and obviously a man that's been scoring plenty of goals, not just for Norway, but for his club of choice in Borussia Dortmund. Break down this goal for us.
Yeah, you always have to try and find Haaland in the box, and when he gets it on the left foot, it's just to smash it in one of the corners. So yeah.
It was a very nice pass, wasn't it? It slipped him in. The only thing I can really similarise that to is a little bit of celery slipping into a nice bit of hummus.
Yeah.
There you go, tick that one off the commentary list. And but guys, we're going to jump straight back into the second half now. I've got an absolute job on my hands in these next 45 minutes to climb up out a lettuce line. And but guys, good luck to you both. Thank you again so much for joining us, of course, from Norway and from Denmark. It's amazing what we've been able to put on here remotely. And Richard, that was smooth.
Well, it just came to me, really. I thought maybe I was looking for some sort of stats coming at you thick and fast like hummus, but it came to me in the moment, and we ran with it. We've got 45 minutes to hear a lettuce-related line.
Oh, pressure. Back into this one though. Norway leading by a 0-0. That goal coming on the stroke of half-time for Andreas Bakken from Norway. And if Norway were to win this, Richard, the last 3 times that these teams would have met on the virtual pitch, it would be 3 wins for Norway. Denmark yet to pick one up.
And now I'm seeing it. Poulsen in at right back for Denmark.
See Haaland involved there. I just thought it was quite interesting to see Fredberg saying that he's playing strikers on the wing back.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is literally for the page. You see Poulsen, the right back, aka right striker, getting forward there, supporting the attacks. But now you see that 4-1-2-1-2. You see how many red shirts are up there. Is it a red? We're going with maroon, maybe, or a burgundy, crimson.
As we know head-to-head, you get a 91 pace stat on any forward. That's why they're in Fredberg's team. But defensively, might not be the strongest chance for a second for Norway. And again, he will double his lead, Andreas. That I don't know if the keeper got anything onto that. I don't know if there was a hand on it or not.
Well, a lovely play inside, wasn't it? Played it from outside to inside yet again. and then just smashed in at that near post. You see into the custom tactics here as well. No changes going to be made for Andreas. 2-0 up. Absolutely loving life right now with 30 minutes left to play.
It's just been a completely different half as well for Denmark, this one. You can see how happy he is because they've never matched before.
Lovely first time finish, wasn't he, Brandon? Straight past Kasper Schmeichel at his near post.
31 minutes left in this friendly. As we said, it would be 3-0 for wins for Norway. Andreas Bakken leading by 2-0. Do
you have any personal stories about either of these two countries, Brandon?
I've been to them both, and I love my time there. That's as big of a story I've got for you. Oh, this could be 3-0. This could be game over. He's offside, Haaland, if he can't get that card back, and big save.
When we did go to Norway, around December time, for the eSports, first thing that stood out to me, very clean. Stepped off the plane into the airport. They had some good decorations around the Christmas time as well. I think there was maybe a couple of reindeers there, but a very good airport, efficient. I was through security in about 13 minutes.
I just don't know why he did the drag back there. That was an unbelievable chance to get himself back in this game. There's no way through for Fredberg. 20 minutes left. If you can forget the party invite for now, because...
John, we ain't got time for that. We're in an eFriendly.
Trying to pull that back. Poulsen at fullback. You're asking why. All over the pot. We'll catch up with both of these winners, or both of these players, should say, one of them being a winner at the end of this game. And
a little bit more.
I mean, he's just full of attackers. You can understand why he's put Braithwaite in the centre midfield as well.
Come on,
chance
man.
Inside, back to goal, and keeper. Hand as strong as a lettuce leaf there. Couldn't even get anything on that. He tried to.
Dear. Oh dear. No, I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it. It's a great first-time fake shot into the near post. Smash past him. Hand as strong as a lettuce leaf.
I mean, let's be honest, Richard. 15 minutes. You can't see the sun, but I'm sweating.
I could just see it going back to all the rest of the guys, and you were just going lettuce.
I mean, to be fair, shout out to Mark Hatcher. He did say Fredberg could say let us in, but lettuce in. That was good. I didn't want to steal it though. Credit where it is due though, Mr. Mark Hatcher. I like that one. Just 12 minutes left. Tell you what, there's plenty of time left for an equaliser in this game. Everyone back for Denmark. 11 red shirts behind the ball. Can they do enough though to break up the play? Norway do very well. Finally, there is that chance for him. And now we can break again. Schön into Braithwaite, and we can break forward for Denmark. Poulsen, can he find that through ball? He'll be onside as well. Braithwaite to get that 2-2. Come back inside, and there's that bit of passion that Fredberg always delivers, whether it's at home or on the big stage. Game on.
What a comeback for Fredberg. Clearly those changes that he has made with 20 minutes left to go have paid the difference here, and now probably going looking for a winner. The change of formation from a 4-1-2-1-2 into a 4-2-3-1 for Norway. I think that's Josh King coming on at central attacking midfielder in the 4-2-3-1. Let's see, are we going to get a winner, or will it be a point apiece?
Yeah, what a goal it was. It's certainly been coming for Fredberg in this game. But on the other side of that, if you're Andreas right now, Rich, you've just let a 2-0 lead slip.
This is really... We talked about it earlier, Brandon. The composure, and even Fredberg said it himself. He can deal with the nerves. He's good at dealing with the nerves. Might only be a friendly, but when you've got commentary booming in your headphones, when you've got people watching online, there is that element of a performance needed. It can potentially get the better of you.
Just 2 minutes left, plus additional time. Chance for Norway. Can they find that through ball? It was triggered, but didn't want to use it. Instead, a couple of drag backs into Haaland. I thought he was going to be offside, but apparently still on.
No.
Ah, wrong pass, you know it. And a chance to break for Denmark now. Braithwaite. He was clinical in that second goal. The drag back, and they had to offer an outlet for him. There he is again. Now, it looks as if, Richard, this might be a draw between these two nations. Some of the most competitive nations when it comes to FIFA eSports, unless I could be proven wrong here in the dying moments. The time has been played. And that will be full time. I don't think you can play golden goal, can you? It just ends the draw, doesn't it, boys?
It will end the draw, I'm pretty sure.
We can play golden goal after.
I think we'll... What do you want to do? Do you want to end it as a draw, or do you want to golden goal and find a winner?
Let's do a golden goal.
Golden goal?
There you go.
Golden goal it is.
Okay.
I offer it.
Yeah, I'm up.
For sure. You guys can, of course, jump back into another game. Maybe we could do a 4-box as well and speak to you guys while you're loading into your second game now, and just ask you about, first and foremost, Fredberg. We can see in the background you got your Danish shirts, of course, that you've worn when representing your country. What's it like to represent your country? Whether it's not football, whether it's on the virtual pitch as well, whether it's esports. What's it like to represent Denmark?
It's quite special. It's a feeling that can't even be described. My first experience with the Danish national team was actually against Norway in the Nordic Championship, and we won that tournament, so it was a special, fantastic feeling.
Andreas,
amazing.
You're 2-0 up with 20 minutes to play. What happened?
He starts to press, and he pressed very well, and I get a bit of nerves, especially when he gets the first goal there, and he get the momentum in the match. So, yeah, not so happy with that, but we move.
Well, again, you gave us a fantastic game, didn't they, Richard, over the 90 minutes there. If you guys are ready to jump back into golden goal, we'll jump into it as soon as you guys are ready, and we'll commentate on the action, of course. 2-2 after 90 minutes. Fredberg coming back from being 2 goals down, Richard. It really is all to play for now in golden goal.
Yeah, fantastic comeback from Fredberg. Without any further ado, let's get right into golden goal, and we'll find a winner here in the E Nation Stay and Play friendly. This is friendly number 1 of your 2 live games here this evening. Is it going to be Norway or Denmark?
Just a quick one. Andreas and Fredberg, whoever scores, I want to see a good celebration, please.
Okay. I can promise you that.
On camera, not in game, on camera, please. Here we go. Denmark, Norway. I mean, Richard, what would your celebration of choice be?
I quite like a snow angel.
Weather permitting.
Pardon?
Weather permitted?
I mean, it can be a snow angel, it can be a carpet angel. If it's a goal worth scoring, it's a goal worth celebrating, I'm getting down. With Denmark kicking from left to right in the red strip, and Norway from right to left in the white. It's Fredberg getting us underway with kickoff. See if he can make it pay here.
Well, if you remember rightly, Richard,
no,
it was
Fredberg
the better of the 2, as he just has here. That was the chance for him to snatch the early goal.
Yeah, lovely first-time fake shot. Gone for a finesse. Looking to just bend it into that top left corner. Not enough whip on it. A good save from the goalkeeper. Short corner, played into the box. Dolberg onto the edge. Martin Braithwaite, half a drag back into Skåne. No jamming cream on this occasion. Put onto the edge. Christian Eriksen picks it up.
And a chance to try and get that ball forward as well. So patient in the build-up is Fredberg. Holberg with it. There's that chance. Once again, defended well by Norway, but Norway certainly feeling the pressure. Can they get that ball straight back down the other end?
It was slightly rushed a little bit for me, that chance. I felt as though he could have taken an extra touch. Fredberg. Sort of been on top though, Brandon, as you said.
Here is that chance now for Norway. Can he find that cutback? Here is that chance. Back to goal. Alan maybe with a shot. It's defended well. Half defended well by Denmark, and in the end, really well recovered by Cornelius. I'm expecting a wild celebration for whoever's can bag the goal in golden goal.
This game's going on a little bit now.
Again, just no way through. As we mentioned, Fredberg playing strikers at fullback in this game in the 85 head-to-head rated mode. They do a few 91 pace, any striker. That is why he's packed his starting 11 full of them. Here's Haaland now. Chance, Norway. Can they finish? Again, it's defended. Just feel like, Richard, this is going to be one of those games that goes on and on and on in golden goal.
20 minutes gone. Still waiting for a goal in this golden goal scenario.
Eriksson. And of course, in golden goal, you score, you win. And that'll be the end of the game. Chance now, once again, it's defended very well by Norway. Blocks everywhere, bodies being thrown. A corner played short. Can Denmark find a way through edge of the box? Martin Braithwaite, and apparently we're going back for an offside call.
I'm just going to let you know, guys. We are looking for a goal.
Give me 10 seconds. 10 seconds, you got a goal.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7.
Okay.
Don't put the pressure. Come on, Andreas. Now you're on your camera now. 15, 14, 13. Oh, we're just panicking the more, if anything, Richard. I mean, this is what you get when you get two of the best FIFA players from their nations going up against each other. You always expected to have a tightly contested game. I thought Fredberg for a minute was going to throw the game away.
How's that 10 seconds looking, Fredberg?
You got it. You got it. No. You don't got it.
He's promising us everything.
This is the chance. Oh.
Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, right, we'll go from 10 seconds to 5 minutes now. Hopefully in-game time of 5 minutes. And we might get a winner in the first half.
Could be Andreas Haaland. Busting a gut down that left-hand side. And you knew see. Played into as far as Dalsgaard.
That was probably the most fun I've had this year, commentating on the eSerien with you. Just all these Norwegian pronunciations that I enjoyed Richard pronouncing.
People pay for that sort of etiquette.
Just offside. Come on, Fredberg, you've got about 2 minutes left for this. Or can Andreas snatch a goal within this first half? Golden goal in the first game did finish 2-2, all square. I mean, Andreas did go 2-0 up. We can't forget that, Richard, in the first leg.
This is the chance. No, it's not.
Stop getting me excited.
Oh, he's in.
Chance. Haaland's there as well. Or not. Well defended. I think we're going to go just straight into the second half as well, gentlemen.
Yeah, no interviews.
All right.
not been much to talk about in this first half. 45 minutes coming up here. Chance here on the end of half-time. Braithwaite back into Højbjerg.
Go on, here's a goal. Give us a goal. Counter-attack for Norway.
Hold that phone.
Place on the left-hand side.
It's definitely not ringing.
Never-ending game, huh? Never-ending game.
Definitely not ringing. Definitely not ringing. But again,
I mean,
with first half there between these two. Boys, feel free to jump straight back into the second half when you can. We are waiting for that golden goal winner.
What?
Just go straight through.
All right. All right.
Here we go. Who's got kickoff? Andreas.
Not me, unfortunately. Now I got kickoff.
The question I want from both of you, who's going to score your goal? Is it going to be Haaland? Is it going to be Braithwaite?
I'm going with Yusuf Poulsen.
Poulsen, okay.
Poulsen on right back.
My right back.
Maybe a cross at the back post, Richard.
Hold on, look at that mini-map. White shirts fleeing forward. Poulsen has forgot he's playing right back. He's left in the dark.
Come on.
Now he's coming. Look
Andreas,
at Yusuf.
who's going to score your goal?
Who's going to score your goal?
Tell you what, he is sprinting.
I'll tell you what, Poulsen, he's on that back line. Look at him, far right hand side. Eriksson now, chance for Denmark. Back to goal.
No!
Is that the chance?
Oh. That could be a winner though. In the air. Incorrect. Chance to counter-attack here for Andreas. 2 against 2 at the back there if he plays this correctly. Back into Elyounoussi.
Norway. Now Elyounoussi on the edge of the box. Which way can he go? Sorloth, able just to link back inside. Move the forward. 60 minutes gone. We're nearly 2/3 into this golden goal game now. I said it was going to go that extra mile. Here's that chance. Martin Braithwaite. A goal for a Martin Braithwaite goal. Finish it off the post. There just won't be a goal in this game.
That's unlucky.
Anything to add on that, Richard? Or
I'm just trying to see if there is any room in the back.
Chance.
Norway. Sorloth.
There it is. Pass it.
Where are you turning to? It's not a merry-go-round. Go straight.
And of course, if we are all square at 90 minutes played this game, it will be a draw between these two nations of Denmark and Norway. After 2 games of FIFA, Richard, they'll all be square still. That 2-2 in the first game, and that golden goal period, which is currently being played for 65 minutes without a goal. Here come Norway again.
Chance.
Elyounoussi back to Haaland.
I think the 3-star skill maximum cap is certainly hampering both players' creativity in the final third.
Go on, Poulsen. Look at him go.
He's coming.
It's Poulsen. He's coming. Is he going to score? Poulsen.
Oh, well read.
No, back. You're complicating it, Fredberg.
Just press circle.
We go back down the other end now. Chance for Norway.
Is he? Is he?
No, he's
not.
He's defended well.
Tell you what, Cornelius at the back. Outstanding game for that young man.
It's the best chance we've seen from Poulsen that right-hand side. He's making that run again. You can see it. Just offside now. Needs to get himself back onside. You can still see him on the far-hand side of your screen. Can he find him? We just kind of act as a decoy on that left back. Strong. Chance, Denmark. Once again, defended well by Norway.
I think you should both go all-out attack for the last 15 minutes so we get a goal.
There's too much on the line, Richard.
Both team press.
National pride.
Team press.
Okay.
Team press. We're doing it.
Love it.
Yeah, team press. Team press.
Here we go then. Fredberg probably with a slight advantage as he's attacking during this, but he'll have to defend it. Chance for Dolberg. Again, it's defended well though. Now Norway will get their chance. You can see how high the defenders are.
Look at all that space.
So much space now. There must be a goal. Poulsen would be offside if it does hit him, I'm pretty sure. No, he's onside. Chance for Denmark.
No, not Poulsen.
Poulsen, no! Poulsen, no!
Oh, Poulsen!
We hit the right post. Are we going to hit the crossbar next?
He's got my pulse accelerated. Chance.
Norman.
Slide him in.
Sorloff. Cornelius again. This man is everywhere. I think he's playing left back, but he's been everywhere. Chance for Norway. Norway through into the last 5 minutes of this golden goal game. As we said, if it does remain goalless, it will end as a draw, this match.
So many.
Or is there going to be a chance? Look at the red shirts running forward, Richard. There has to be a chance here for Denmark. No.
Or is it going to be for Norway? Three minutes remaining. Sorloff.
He's got no energy
Norman
left.
gives it away. Back to Denmark.
Come on.
Go on, Denmark. Chance. Dolberg. Step over. He's running away from goal. He's running back inside. Charleston are collecting, Richard. I honestly don't think we're going to be able to separate these two in golden goal.
This will be a draw.
A 0-0 stalemate. Tell you what, there has been chances.
Oh, what is going on?
Either way. And guys, thank you so much for getting involved. The 0-0 in golden goal, of course, after that 2-2 thriller. What happened? Fredberg, we just couldn't find the goal in that game.
Yeah, I just hit the post all the time.
That was crazy.
Guys, great game of FIFA for the neutral. It had everything in it. Well, that's enough for game one here. Thank you to Andreas and to Fredberg. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying active as well. Back over to Layla, Spencer, Mark and Dan, joined by myself, Richard and Brandon.
Thank you. Thank you. Great game. Not sure what can be said for the challenge for the commentary team. I mean, the first goal that broke the deadlock described as celery sliding into hummus by Richard Buckley. Spencer, tell me your thoughts on the commentary challenge.
Well, they got the words in first and foremost, so well done to them. I don't think they quite grasped the challenge. The idea is you sneak a word in. You don't talk about the whole time going, how am I going to say let it? It's not quite how it works. I think what would be a better game for these boys, particularly for Richard, is if they choose a word they're going to sneak in themselves, write it down before the game, and then we have to work out which one it is. Because Richard says about 50 nonsensical words a game anyway. But I've got some sound effects. I've got some sound effects with me later for today's show. And I've got a commentary piece from Richard and from Brandon. I'm going to play the voice of the winner of that challenge, in my opinion. Let's see who's going to get the win. Have a little bit of a drum roll.
He's just slippery like a snake, but wise like an otter.
Slippery like a snake, wise like an otter. Richard is the winner. Brandon, you are defeated. But if you had one, I would have played this.
That is a goal.
Amazing. The power is in your hands now, Spencer. That is the best thing I've ever seen. We have a guest now because we could talk about the commentary forever, but I think it's appropriate that we get serious again. Beast Mode, Adebayo Akinfenwa is on the line. Hello, my friend.
Yo, what's going on?
Yo, there he is. Thank you for chatting with us today. I really appreciate it. How's home life?
Oh, home life's cool life for me. It's become the new normal. And before this happened, I was always on the go. So it's kind of nice to slow down and kind of enjoy the family. I didn't realize like my kids were this fun until I spent like 4 weeks back to back with them. You know what I mean? So, but listen, it's been okay. I don't get it twisted. I'm itching and I'll I want it to go back to normality, and I want to get out there and play some football. But listen, I can't complain. The family's healthy, and that's all I can really ask for.
Hey, Spencer here, mate. Good to see you. I wanted to ask you, because we heard from one of our pro FIFA players earlier in the show about what it's like as a FIFA player right now. But as a footballer, you touched on it there. How much are you not worried or concerned, might not be the right word, but kind of, like you said, itching to get back and finding out first and foremost what's going to happen to your season with Wycombe, but then obviously planning ahead. And I hope you don't mind me saying you're someone who is at the latter stage of your career.
That's a nice way to put it, Spence. You're lucky. That's a nice way to put it.
You're still smashing it, mate. You're still smashing it. But because of that, obviously time is of the essence. And like, does it feel like every month that goes by you're not playing football, it hurts that extra bit?
You know what? I'm looking at it. I think the most frustrating for, I guess, myself and most footballers, and to be fair, probably everybody, is the not knowing when. I mean, it keeps getting moved. So there's a date. So I heard it's the 16th of May we're going back, and then that's with a big, exclamation mark. So it's the not knowing that's the most frustrating aspect of it. But look, for myself, if I'm totally honest, like before the lockdown, the games were coming thick and fast, so my body was kind of struggling a little bit. So this is kind of nice because it allows me just to recuperate a little bit. But it's just. I think with footballers, we are creatures of routine. And I think that's the hardest thing that we've dealt with, is being knocked out of our routine. So, and I've just touched on it. I've now got another routine. So my new normal is waking up with the kids, trying to read with them, giving them a little PE lesson, cooking. So we're just creatures of habit. And I think that's the thing that we're finding the most struggling aspect of trying to find a new routine.
Yeah. Bayo, quick question from me, mate. As someone who loves the gym myself, how is the gym lockdown treating you? Have you got some weights at home? You still working out all right?
Yeah. Look, I've said this a few times. I mean, I heard when they were closing down schools and I was upset. But then when I found out they was closing down gyms, I cried a little bit. Because that was the hardest thing for me. I mean, as Spencer nicely put it, I'm at the latter stages of my career. So now running on concrete is not really good for me. So I had to kind of find other ways to work out. But I managed to get a spinning bike. So I've been on that every day. So that's like my cardio session. And then to be fair, I have managed to get some dumbbells and a heavy bar. And that's where I get my release. So at the moment, I'm okay.
Bayo, I have one final question for you. I know that you enjoy gaming, and I've heard a rumor that when your kids beat you on the PlayStation, you then stay up all night training in order to beat them back. Is that true?
Listen, I'm going to have to admit it. Yes, it is. It was my son. I got my son a new game. So he played it like 3 days before me. So then when I played him first, he gave me a lesson. He whooped my butt, whooped my ass. And he was gloating. Like, I don't think you understand. He was gloating. So then the next 2 nights when I sent him to bed, like I played it religiously. And then when I beat him, it was like he knew about it. Like, he really, really knew about it. But then I got to be another honest. I got to share it to the world, because he says I only post things when I win. So he said, Dad, look, next time they ask you, tell him. So I played him on FIFA about a week ago. We had 7 games. He whooped my ass 7 times. Like, and then, and the thing is, this is where anybody who's a father or a parent will understand. I started shouting at him and wanted to punish him for that reason alone. I'm just throwing that out there. He was replaying the goals, and I was getting frustrated. And anyway, I just want to throw that out there. Like, yeah, I'm competitive.
The competitive spirit will always be there. Bayo, thank you so much. Ace talking to you. And good to see that your son's coming up those FIFA ranks too. He's going to be good, I can tell.
Trust me.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Take care.
See ya. Love it. So good to speak to Adebayo Akinfenwa. We've got more coming up shortly. We've got Peru versus Mexico, and we've got a quiz coming up as well. So stick with us. This is the game that you will see with Yordy, Reyna and Rodolfo Pizzaro, our pro footballers. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hello and welcome back to FIFA eFriendlies home show. If you've just joined us, you've missed Megabit, you've missed Beast Mode Akinfenwa, you've missed an amazing Denmark v Norway game earlier on, and you missed the commentary challenge, which I must say is probably just as well that you missed it. Mark, your thoughts on your fellow commentators in that challenge that we asked them to say lettuce and hummus and sneakily slide it in. I think they fared poorly.
It's tough, right? I'm gonna give some respect to my fellow commentators here because I've got the feeling that you're going to do something similar to us. So I don't want to throw them under the bus too early. But it's tough because it plays on your mind a little bit. I think it played on Brandon's mind a little bit more than it did Rich. I've got to say, I think Richard just relished the opportunity, and that was not a sort of hummus, lettuce kind of thing, kind of combining there. But it does play on your mind, so I'm not giving them any hate. I think they did good. They got it in. They got the job done.
Brandon, what was the lettuce line? How did you get that in the end? I kind of half got it. Lettuce.
To be honest, Layla, we got to about the 70th minute of the game and I was actually sweating. So I went for just to kind of hand as strong as a lettuce leaf pun. We got a little bit desperate. I mean, Mark was trying to save me. I had the producers working on the show trying to save me with it as well. So I appreciate the help. But we got there in the end. Wait,
you were having help?
I mean, Mark sent me a few ideas. I didn't want to steal Mark's ideas.
This is not on.
He was just trying to help me.
You know what I think of this guy?
He's just a good guy.
Yes, Ben. We should not be having help. I hope there's nobody in your ears helping you out as well. Let's talk about the game. And firstly, something that drew my attention is using strikers as wing backs. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, so in the 85 rated mode, the pace of the strikers is going to be quicker than defenders. So it just means it's a good idea to have faster wing backs and then they can contest the actual strikers. It's a good idea theoretically, but then also the defensive statistics aren't going to be as good. So then you could get beaten at the back. But it seemed to work out for him. He went 2-0 down, but then he came back to 2-2. I think he bottled it a little bit. Or maybe he was just trying to help Brandon out with his line. Because I think Brandon had that line in his head where he's thinking there needs to be a goal for this to work. And at 2-0, it wouldn't have worked. So maybe he had a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge to make sure a goal went in.
Yeah, so serious question. Spencer, are they potentially playing in order to help Richard and Brandon?
I hope not, but in friendlies, you never know. But I must admit, I've enjoyed watching it because it's a different kind of game to usual, right? Obviously, no one can pretend it's got the same amount on the line as an event game, but you represent your nation, which is huge. These nations and this kind of E-nation setup to FIFA is still very new. So it's actually quite useful for the people running the teams to actually see their players they've selected for this tournament. And also, it's really refreshing to see these guys have a little bit of dialogue with our casters mid-game, see a bit more personality from the lads. And so fair play to them as well, because it's a different environment and they're still being ultimately judged by the viewers on their FIFA skills, but they're able to do it in a bit more of a relaxed way. So I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it too, so thank you guys. We wanted to chat a little bit about memories. Our favourite FIFA memories, our memories from
Sorry,
events.
is that memories?
Yes.
Sorry. I do that anyone time.
Show.
If someone says memories, I'll do that. Sorry.
Let's do it every time. So we wanted to have a little chat about that. I'll open up with one of my favourite memories. Oh, I'm paranoid now. You're going to press the button every time. Yeah.
What have you started?
Oh, this is all going to go downhill from here. One of my favourite memories is one of the best and biggest smiles in FIFA, which is Moaba. After winning the FIFA E-World Cup, he got the opportunity to go onto the green carpet at the FIFA Best Awards. I met him there and had a little chat with him. Obviously, his smile is just completely contagious. It's one of my favourite memories, and here's the interview. Hello, on my right here is a man who last time I saw him had a fat trophy in his hand and the Germany flag. Moaba, winner of the FIFA E-World Cup. Awesome to see you, man. This is a completely different atmosphere. This was part of your prize. Looking so glam tonight. How is it for you?
It's amazing. It's a dream to be like a part with all the superstars, to be in a room with them, to talk with them, to take pictures with Messi and the other stars. It's incredible.
You went into the FIFA E-World Cup as the big outsider, as an underdog. No one expected you to do as well as you did. Now you're here in Milan on the green carpet. Did you expect this?
No, I always say I didn't expect this, and also when I won, I never imagined how nice it is to be here. Like they said me, yeah, you will be as a part of the best, but it's like to walking with the superstars. It's incredible.
And also the celebrity and the fame of gamers. This is a big deal. This has changed, right?
Yeah, it's really good for me and for all gamers. I think. Now this next year everyone wants to win and to be here. So, yeah, I feel super happy to be here.
One last question: when you're playing the new FIFA 20, who are you going to have? Messi, Ronaldo, or Virgil van Dijk in defence, or all three?
I will take my Ronaldo. It's my boy. I hope he wins today.
Thank you very much. Have an amazing night, my friend.
I think that's a moment he's probably never, ever going to forget. He got to meet all the players as well. There's some great pictures online of him with Mbappe. And yeah, really, really cool event. Spencer, what about you? What's your favourite? I'm scared to say the word now. Memory.
Yeah. No, that's a great moment there, Layla. Obviously, FIFA can take you places, and I think this next one's a pretty surreal moment. We're going to look at some footage from the FIFA 2017 E-World Cup final. I think it's actually FIWC back then, when Spencer, my namesake, Gorilla, won it. Now watch this goal, right? He's 1-0 up against the German Dito here. He's about to score a goal with none other than most pros' favourite icon, Ruud Gullit. Watch it, bang. Now watch Gorilla. He points to the audience and gives a little finger wag. Now, there's the real Ruud Gullit in the front row. So he scored of him virtually, and then he's pointing at the real one and gone, you, yes, thank you for that. I saw that when it happened live, and I just thought, what a moment for Gorilla. Does he even realise how cool that is to be able to do that? And apparently that's the moment that kind of inspired Ruud Gullit to make his own esports organisation. So what a moment.
Yeah, what a moment. I mean, that just virtual life becoming reality and everything in between. That's awesome. Guys, we're going to ask you your other memories later. Hold on to them. We are going to come back to this, but we've got a big game to watch. We've got a Latin American game. We've got a wonderful friendly between Peru and Mexico. Yordy Reyna is going to take on Rodolfo Pizzaro. Who is going... Oh, I guess Mark and Dan is going to commentate on this one. And are we going to do a challenge here too? Do you want to take on some words?
I'm down.
100%. We can do the Buckley version.
Any challenge. Send it our way. We don't back down.
I think we do the Buckley version. Write down some words your end, and then we've got to guess what the word was after you've said it, and you can reveal if it was the right one at the end of the game.
But then that means we have to think of a word as well.
I have to be creative.
Yeah, you can think of a word. You're commentators. You have to think of words.
That's your job. That is literally your job. Think of words.
Okay, that's
what you're talking about.
I've got one. I'm good.
Okay, it has to be strange.
It's gonna be really
Don't come
obvious.
back to me and say, like something. Yeah, okay, so it's got to be strange, it's got to be good. Are you ready?
Yeah, we
of course, we're ready to go.
Off you go, take it away.
Thank you very much. And yeah, this is our second friendly of the day, Dan. We've got Yordy Reyna of Peru taking on Rodolfo Pizzaro of Mexico. Two professional footballers, Dan, and we're making a little bit of a habit of this, mate. Professional footballers playing a lot of FIFA recently.
They are, and we're starting to experience that professional footballers are pretty good at FIFA as well. So we're going to see whether Reyna and Pizzaro are going to follow that trend and whether they are going to be as good as some of the pro footballers we've seen, or maybe we're going to see a little bit of a difference from what we just witnessed in our pro FIFA players going up against one another. But Peru versus Mexico actually have a pretty rich history in competitive football, in real life football. They've played each other 27 times in real life. 12 of those victories have gone in favour of Mexico and 9 in favour of Peru, with 6 draws. Most recently being a draw in 2015, the 3rd of June. That's the last time we saw them go up against one another. So we'll see if Peru are able to get one up over Mexico in this tie.
A little bit of national pride on the line, as you would expect between these two. And I tell you what, the more and more we are seeing professional footballers playing, I just wonder, there's always that inter-team competition, right, where everyone thinks they're the best player. We spoke to the likes of Julian Lescott, etc. He always says, I'm the best player who played at City, and then there's always a little bit of debate over that. The more that we are seeing these professional footballers on broadcast, Dan, do you think that kind of, it's become more than bragging rights now? It's kind of like, no, I'm not just the best in my team. I'm the best in the league. I'm the best in the world.
I think as soon as they know they're going to be on any sort of platform where people are going to be watching them in the hundreds of thousands, they start practicing. They start getting serious. They start looking for tips and tricks, whether it be from pro players that are on their team or part of their nation. They will find a way to be the best, as we are going to kick things off now between Peru and Mexico. I don't think this one's going to be a golden goal situation, Mark. I think we're going to see plenty of goals, but I think we'll see a definitive winner.
Yeah, and the exciting thing for me, Dan, is that we get the opportunity again to watch and see how good professional footballers are at this game. We know that they play it, we know that they love it, and it's a case of Are there going to be some more surprises like we saw last week? Are we going to have one of those players who maybe plays at an elite level in weekend league? Or is it going to be one of those games where maybe they're not quite as good as some of the players that we've seen and we just get an absolute goldfest?
Yeah, the thing is, you could be a good FIFA player like going forward, but maybe you won't be so good defending, and then that will leave you very vulnerable at the back, and then suddenly your opponent is going to find goal after goal. But you might be able to find goals as well because you're just good at scoring goals in FIFA. As going forward, Mexico might get the first chance here, but he's going to be blocked. And I think if you are a confident FIFA player when you are attacking, then just go for it. Go for an all-out of attack style formation. Don't just sit players behind the ball. I want to see attacking football. I want to see goals, Mark.
A question to you, Dan, just out of interest, doing a little bit of research before the game on everybody's favourite internet site, Wikipedia, which has never been wrong ever. Guess who Yordy Reyna's favourite player is? The player that he looked up to when he was getting into football.
That's going to be a tough one for me, Mark. Do tell.
Jefferson Farfan, Peru man himself. So yeah, you know, you've got players saying Messi, Ronaldo. No, goes for the hometown hero, which I absolutely love.
I think that's important, though. You go for someone who you could actually have the potential to reach out to and might respond to. Now, I'm not saying that Messi and Ronaldo aren't going to respond to everyone, but they won't respond to everyone because they're very busy people. If you set your heights at a reasonable limit, like choose a professional footballer that actually is going to talk to you. Like I'd go for a Bristol City player maybe because that's kind of my local area. That's who I look up to. I've got a chance that they might tweet me back on Twitter. So I think that is a very good way to go about aspiring footballers.
I was going to say that's probably more on your level as well, but then I realised that's actually still an incredibly high level of football, and I didn't really want to discredit Bristol City too much. But early on here, a couple of chances either side as we see Peru coming forward now as Yordy Reyna gets to the edge of the box, but lots of bodies in the way, and he's just mollycoddling the ball at the moment, looking after it and make sure he's not giving away possession too easily, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit unsure about this Mexico defence. It's a bit rambunctious, it's a bit noisy, a bit out of control, but I think he's doing well to be able to win the ball back. Just needs to make sure he tightens it a little bit, because otherwise this Peru attack could come through and start to pick him apart.
The ball is going to be a little bit loose in midfield here. A little bit like this commentary stint has started, to be honest with you. But possession turned over once again. A little shake of the head there from Yordy Reyna. I think he a little bit frustrated with that situation. Here come Mexico inside the box, tries to get the cut back. Well defended by the Peru man.
Nice little chance for a counter-attack as well. This is where you take advantage of the pace. In this 85 rated mode, the strikers are going to be quicker, and he is through now. Could cut this one across, and it could be the first goal, but he decides to go in alone. Oh! So close, yet so far, Mark.
So close, yet so far, and then the end result is just a goal kick. Maybe not the right decision made. Maybe you want that one back and have another opportunity to maybe slide that one across goal and give one of his teammates a little opportunity just for a simple tap-in. But action, Dan. What we didn't see in the second game that we saw, the golden goal game between our two previous competitors. And that's what you got to love, right? The fact that these games are a little bit more open. Both players want to score. Both players want to entertain.
And I do think with the 85 rated mode, it kind of opens it up a little bit. You don't have your 99 rated Virgil van Dijk just stepping in front of everyone like an absolute unit and just controlling the game in one single motion. Instead, you've got to actually work a little bit harder to win the ball back. You don't have all the skill moves of the strikers as well. You haven't got Mbappe flicking the ball left, right and centre. Instead, you've only got 3-star skill moves on all of your players going forward as well. So you've got to get a little bit more creative as he times it red with the header. It doesn't quite go in.
Chucky Lozano having a little bit of space to get the cross in, and he did so well. And speaking of space, it's that man Farfan. Can he finish? Of course he can! Yordy Reyna takes the lead. That is his hero, Jefferson Farfan, who has put the ball in the back of the net.
I love that he's celebrating in real life as well. Just mimicking the celebration in-game. Really getting involved. We've seen some celebrations throughout these past few weeks in competitions and pro players and professional footballers as well. And that's always good. Richard Buckley loves a good celebration. It's not quite a carpet angel that he was speaking of, but I tell you what, I'll take it.
You're like, carpet angel. I get the snow angel, right? That's kind of like a soft surface. You got no worries. Just carpet angel? To me, people are going to be asking questions, you know, after that. A few burns in areas of the body, but moving back to the game.
It's definitely a
10 minutes
dangerous celebration. I'd say there are celebrations that are probably less dangerous that you should go for. But a knee slide, just a simple knee slide, can be dangerous, Mark. Some of these backflips that players are going for nowadays, very dangerous.
I could see Buckley doing a backflip, to be fair. I think he's got it in the locker.
I don't know about that, but maybe we can test it.
He's been given away. He's going to be held on to here, though, by Mexico. And now the counter-attack is on. 1-0 down at the moment. Rodolfo, I want to see some magic from you. Oh, and just gives it away again. And on the counter-attack, here comes Yordy Reyna again, Dan.
He's coming forward, almost managing to sneak it again. He would have been 2 up. 2 up before half-time would be a phenomenal position to find himself in. However, we did see that in our previous game between Norway and Denmark, that a 2-0 lead, even with only 20 minutes remaining, wasn't enough to actually gain the victory. So perhaps you have to push for that third, maybe even a fourth. Just start to slaughter your opponent.
Just a few minutes until half-time here, and I'm going to have the opportunity to speak to the two guys who are at home at the moment, playing some FIFA to entertain you at home. Hopefully you're enjoying the opportunity to watch these two go up against each other. I'm sure there's a lot of Peru fans and a lot of Mexico fans who are watching at the moment and want to see their respective player win. Pizzaro just almost found the key to unlock the door once more.
Does have some space on the right-hand side here. And just drag back and play it inside here. There is one more man coming through, and you can see what he's trying to do, Reyna. He's got a very good footballing brain. He does go into half-time with a 1-0 advantage.
So 1-0 then to Peru. As we say, Yordy Reyna with the lead. That one goal from Jefferson Farr found the difference. I love the fact that we get, I keep saying it, like I keep going on about it, but it's so fun to watch these professional footballers play because we know they play the game a lot. And there's little things I look for, right, as an esports commentator, the little technical things like triggering runs down the line. These guys aren't just players. They're not just playing it for the first time. These guys know how to play.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things that I think your like average FIFA player probably wouldn't actually do. Like you said, trigger runs with L1, R1. Just drag backs is one of the most simple skill moves, but yet one of the most effective skill moves in FIFA 20. And they all seem to be really enjoying themselves as well when they score the goals. Like we're seeing the celebrations from all these pro footballers. It's a chance for them to demonstrate a little bit something else of their personality. Like they are known as being these pro footballers and they get so much pressure on their shoulders each week where they have to perform week in, week out. Now they've got to do that in a virtual pitch as well, but they might have less pressure to do so because they're not expected to perform as well. And I think that they're kind of enjoying that factor.
Yeah, it's kind of almost pressure off, but still being able to keep that competitive spirit alive, right? And the opportunity to play against people that you know, people that you might have played against on the real pitch. And maybe, you know, if you've won before, that's fine. You might be able to, you know, hammer home the point that you're feeling better about things as far as the real pitch is concerned. But maybe a chance for revenge for a few players as well who might not got the result that they wanted. And now they're on the virtual pitch, they're thinking, hey, this is my chance to step up.
In terms of their in-game items, Mark, in FIFA Ultimate Team as well, Reyna is a 70-rated silver item, centre-forward, and Pizzaro is a 77 gold CAM. So Pizzaro has the advantage in terms of who has the better item in-game, but Reyna currently holds the lead in the actual FIFA pitch.
Well, we saw what happened to Modarami. He got a big upgrade after winning a tournament, so that's always an option for these players, and I think that the more players that play FIFA who might not have access to a pro card at the moment, as we see a little bit of little something, a little bit of flamboyance, almost like a circus act on the edge of the pitch there, on the edge of the box, I should say, and going for the volley. I love that. I want to see more of that.
Time is going to start to disappear though for Pizzaro in Mexico. He needs to get a skedaddle on, to be honest, because if he doesn't speed up, he is going to find himself in the same situation we saw before, where it's kind of dwindling a little bit, and you get to those final moments where you're desperately trying to get a goal to try and get back into the game. So I'd like to see him put a little bit more pressure onto Peru here. And every time he goes forward, that ball's just being won back.
The ball's just bouncing around in the box like a blancmange at the moment, and it hits the back of the net. Mexico are back into it. Rodolfo Pizzaro, take a bow, son.
And as soon as I said he needs to get it done, lickety-split, there he is. Straight up the other end of the pitch, straight in the face of Peru, and Mexico get the equaliser. 1-1, all tied up. And despite a confident first half, just taken away from him instantly in a split second there.
And that's what we wanted at the start of the second half, right? We want that goal. We want someone to take the initiative again. We want to see it tied up. We want to see an exciting finish. And now, Yordy Reyna's got to answer back, but early on he's in behind here with Carrillo. He's back to Traco, sorry, excuse me. It's Cuez on the edge of the... Oh, he's been dropped. Referee gives nothing. He's been absolutely poleaxed, man.
I tell you what, that was a doozy. You'd expect the ref to make that kind of call, because otherwise, the ref's just going to have no input on the pitch whatsoever. Players are not going to listen to him. There's just going to be slide tackles going in left, right and centre now. He needs to take control of this game, Mark.
I'm still shook. I feel sorry for the guy. He was absolutely annihilated there, but anyway, that's in the past. This is in the future. Mexico going forward. Pizzaro with a chance. Save from the goalkeeper. A beautiful little fake shot though, Dan. Once again, just to get a little bit of space for that shot on his right foot.
Does whip one in from the corner. Kind red. Tries to smash it from distance. Can anyone follow up? No, they can't. It's still going to be 1-1. And unlike earlier, if it stays a draw after 90 minutes, we will not be going into golden goal. It will just be a draw between these two players.
Well, if it is a draw, we will go into the second leg. No golden goal, though. We're hearing right now. But we won't see that. We'll bring you a link to see it, though, and it will be on FIFA.gg if you want to watch that second leg and watch these two go at it. But it might not come down to that. There's Peru behind, and it has been given as a penalty. Pizzaro looks to the skies, hands on his head, and a big chance here for Yordy Reyna to take the lead once again. Where's he going, Dan? Very quickly, where's he going? Where's he going?
He's going top left, I can see it. There's a reticule. I like it. He's going right, down,
straight,
off. Left, up, down.
Where's he going to go? Oh, the connector! Oh, no! You hate to see it.
I suddenly realised they might have been able to hear me, so I quickly shouted as many directions as I could to put them off. But I feel like I might have ruined it for everyone.
Oh, Yordy. Yordy, what happened?
Well, the referee's giving decisions everywhere. I'm shouting out where the penalties are going. It's all becoming a little bit of a farce from me, to be honest, Mark. But at the same time, we're all having fun. That's what matters, right?
100%. Certainly enjoying this. The gameplay is still entertaining us as well. Here comes Mexico then. Pizzaro. After a bizarre penalty save and a bizarre penalty. Nothing wrong with the save. Now maybe is going to make him pay. Tries to turn onto the left foot, but good tackle again. And now Peru on the counter-attack try and spring in behind. But Pizzaro's defending well here.
Something I have noticed through these past few weeks when we've seen these pro footballers play is their play styles kind of representing how they might like to see football played in real life. So these kind of younger players, they like to play very attacking football. And we now see a chance, and there's going to be a goal! Mexico go 2-1 up after a save the other end from a penalty. Pizzaro gives us a little dance. He's playing his guitar or a banjo. It doesn't matter. It's some sort of stringed instrument, and he's playing it well.
Richard Buckley once said, if a goal is worth scoring, I'm going to get down to it. And Pizzaro heard that. He's channeling his inner Richard Buckley on the dance floor. And I love to see that from Pizzaro. 2-1 now. But for Yordy Reyna, have you noticed he's just sat forward a little bit here, Dan? He knows he missed the penalty. He knows he probably should be 2-1 up. It's serious mode now.
Yeah, neither of these players are kind of sitting back like a fuddy-duddy, just playing defensive football instead. They're both getting in each other's faces here, playing as attacking as they can. But this could be three. No, nice interception now. This is the chance. Peru, 10 minutes to equalise here.
Who's in? Oh, referee! Professional foul. Well played, Rodolfo. I respect that. Bring the man down. You got the lead. Well, here comes Peru again. The referee has certainly been kept busy. Everyone behind the ball at the moment. Costa can't find a way through here for Reyna and Peru. Will collect the pieces though. Goes out wide. Pressure building. Turned away at the near post. It's a corner here.
Does have a corner. Plays it short. Can't afford to lollygag here. Has to just get the ball into the box. But he's giving it away. Needs to get this one and lump it forward, but again, that's an interception.
And Tuna puts the ball through, surely to finish it. Goalkeeper makes the save. Yordy Reyna and Peru Still in the game, but they need to get possession back now. Down 5 minutes left in the game for him to find an equaliser.
Plays it short. Manages to turn the first man and the second. Goes for the third, but he's not going to get the try. Instead, he's going to lose possession, and now he will give the chance for Peru to get an equaliser here. There was no thought about kind of holding on to the ball there, Mark. There was no thought of time wasting whatsoever. Now in the 89th minute, he does have possession. You've got to think he just starts to play the ball around here.
Or maybe he wants to score more goals. He wants to entertain the people at home. He wants to give the Mexican fans something to shout about. Appeals for the corner. What's the referee giving?
Don't know if this is appealing or whether he's already celebrating.
Never celebrate early.
No.
There's always one more chance in FIFA. We know that. It will be a corner here into stoppage time. He's going to take this one short. Plays it back to the edge of the box. He's inside the box now, and look at this. Peru have got the ball back. Can they make something of it here, Dan? 1 minute left.
The man who plays for the Vancouver Whitecaps has merely 30 seconds now to make something of this. On the left, no, that's going to be the final whistle. A slight bang on the desk, but it's a celebration for Pizzaro as Mexico get the 2-1 victory over Peru.
Amazing stuff. So much fun once again. Great to see both players getting involved and, again, putting on a great show of FIFA for everyone at home to enjoy and entertain. What was the highlight of the game for you, Dan? I mean, there's one for me.
The highlight of the game was probably the penalty and the fact that you said which way are they going to go. I could literally see the reticule.
Yeah, I'm like, not literally tell them where to go. I'm like, what way do you think they're going to go?
I remembered that they might be able to hear me, and I panicked and just started shouting, left, up, down, right. That's probably my best moment. What are yours?
Yeah, I'm going with that as well. I don't know if it was the actual penalty or you having the mental breakdown afterwards. It was one of the two, but I think that's going to do, that's going to do it for the game. Do you think it was a deserved win? Do you think it was a deserved win, or do you think it should have maybe... I've got to be honest. I think Peru had the chances to win that one.
Peru definitely had the chances. He was playing phenomenal throughout the first half. If he had got that penalty, then maybe he could have gone on to win the game. But it's all if, buts, and maybes. At the end of the day, a result is a result. It's just a friendly, but definitely pride, I think, might have been a little bit shattered there.
Okay, so as we say, Mexico win. They take home the points, the imaginary points. Let's go back to everybody else. Layla, take it away.
Yordy, Reyna leaning forward and getting so deeply into that, and then hearing Dan talk through the penalty was a brilliant moment. Thank God it's a friendly. It is, of course, 2-1 to Mexico. Dan, that was hilarious. I love that.
I panicked a little bit, I'm going to be completely honest, but I felt like I dealt with it in the best way. Because if I had said, yeah, he's definitely going left, the mind games would have been already in place. Instead, I just shouted random directions.
And it's not often that they can actually hear the commentary either. Let's have a quick look at those goals. Spencer, if you can walk us through.
Yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, another great game here from the South American and Central American countries. Of course, there's a few chances there, but a red-timed header and a big moment there for Mexico. Peru can counter here, and it's a very quick attack. Great through ball through the middle. It opened up perfectly for him. And it was that man, Farfan, who put it away to give Peru the 1-0 lead around the half an hour mark there. Great celebration. We'll see the next highlight shortly. Here we go. So this is in the second half now, and you can see Mexico attacking down this left side, waiting for the right opportunity. Find someone. Patient on the edge. You have to play a little bit more like this in the 85 mode. You have to look for chances and try and use all your players with some quick passing and skills on the edge of the box, because obviously the amount of skill moves are limited.
Commentary.
It's a decent finish there. Raul Jimenez with the goal, man from Wolves. 1-1. Peru attacking the 65th minute. There's a through ball on for him. You can see Rudiaz gets it. Strong challenge from the defender. This is where Dan started shouting out what sounded like a computer game cheat code. Up, down, left, right circle.
I was on my dance mat.
And the penalty, it was an interesting effort. Keeper read it all day long. Choa makes the save for Mexico. They're still 1-1 at this moment. Mexico on the attack again. Lucky not to be down after the penalty save. Pizzaro on the edge of the box. Again, it's a different kind of goals that we're maybe used to seeing in the competitive scene. Much more build-up play. And it's a good finish there from the man that continued his run after he got the backheel pass, put in his path 2-1 to Mexico. And there's the lovely dance moves to celebrate.
And you can see more over at FIFA.gg. All the friendlies will be over there on that website. Brilliant from Rodolfo Pizzaro. And now we're going to come back to all of us because I think we have a little discussion to have. Oh, here's the score from the match that we had earlier. In case you missed it, you can watch that over on FIFA.gg as well. Norway versus Denmark, which was a draw. Right, guys, we do have another very important task to solve here. Spencer gave Mark and Dan a challenge. I found this really difficult. So you guys both wrote down a secret word that you were going to try and sneakily sneak into your commentary. The sheer amount of ridiculous words that you say makes it impossible. I have a list of ridiculous ones here. Rich, do you want to have a guess?
I think Dan's was rambunctious.
Yeah.
You think Dan's
that was the first word? The first word
Spencer,
that came out,
agree?
and then a lot came after.
I mean, I wrote down several words, but rambunctious was definitely one of them.
Brandon, do you have a guess?
Yes.
Was there a blancmange from somebody?
See, that was my red herring, and I've got you with it. I'm very happy about that. What I've done there, just throwing that in there. Yeah, that's wrong.
What was the truth,
pretty early on as well. The truth was a mollycoddle.
Yeah, I thought it was mollycoddle.
I mean, I had blancmange, circus act, lollygag, pollack, fuddy-duddy, the amount of ridiculous words. We're going to go back now, though, to... Well done, guys. Well done. I guess Mark wins that, then, for giving us a red herring. We're going to go back now to our memories. I mentioned mine. I mentioned mine. Spencer mentioned his. Dan, it's your turn. What was your favourite memory?
My favourite memory would probably be from the FIFA E-Club World Cup in Italy of 2020. Let's take a look.
Sudden death then. Frankie de Jong has to score, puts it away, and now Tom has the chance. If he saves this penalty to put Fnatic in to the semi-finals.
Yeah! 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 Come on! Get in there! Come on! Come on!
So Tom there just almost abusing his teammate. Tex getting thrown to the floor. And then on the other side, you also see the heartbreak. That's not my favourite moment. Instead, my favourite moment is definitely just the celebration, what went through, all those emotions that went through Tom and Tex in that moment. Because for Tom, like, there was a lot of questions asked about him before that tournament of, like, is Tex going to kind of carry him through? But Tom was the one who actually pulled it out at the right time. So I think that was a lot of relief for him there, that he'd been able to help them progress. And it all just came out in one big rage where he rugby tackles Tex.
Perfect takedown. Perfect takedown. Mark, how about you?
I thought Dan for a second was genuinely picking a moment there where someone just looked crushed and defeated as his favourite ever FIFA moment. And I was like, that's really harsh. But mine is featuring the man who was almost getting two shades knocked out of him there on the floor, which is Tex. I go back to the EPL final, back post header against Diogo, scored 2 goals, I think, in the last 2 minutes of the game in order to go through. It was an amazing game. It was an amazing moment. And I'm pretty sure that Harry, you'll know this, Spencer, he had a massive tub of drink, basically, and it went everywhere. So, yeah, that was my moment. It will always makes me smile.
How about you, Brandon?
For me, I think it's a really special one because, you know, for so long we've seen FIFA eSports play as a 1v1 thing, but we do have that sprinkle throughout the competitive year of 2v2. And it was the second time we saw it last year on FIFA 19. We saw it at the E-Club World Cup and we saw it at the E-Nations Cup. And we all remember that goal with Portugal with Tuga and Rastarate. It was in the group stages against Australia. And it was like a Cristiano Ronaldo goal for Portugal, of course. And it was just insane, just an absolute crazy mental moment.
And Rich?
Yeah, mine's arguably the best game of FIFA that I've ever had the chance to commentate, and we can have a look at a little bit more in detail of that game right now.
Steps up, down the middle, it's saved from Rodolfo. Rodolfo scores. He will be in the cross-console final. Benjamin Mendy. Furlong Mendy, I should say, of all people, for the German. Stylo can't watch. Mendy steps up. It's in! Mo Alba will be in that cross-console final. The hope for Germany to win a FIFA World Cup lives on.
A penalty shootout. What a game. And there, drama in a picture. Look at that. Is it tears? That might be the best game of FIFA eSports that I've ever seen.
Amazing.
I said it at the end, didn't I? Yeah, just ridiculous game. Nicholas were down by 3 goals at halftime in the second leg. He scored 3 goals in 45 minutes, took it to penalties, and that was arguably, I think that's when Mo Alba, in his head, knew that he could win the FEWC when he beat Nicholas, a player that he'd sort of felt it all year long. He knocked him out in the console final and then went on to beat Pizzaro.
Brilliant. Well, you guys can communicate and tell us your best memories using the hashtag World Cup at home as well. Thank you, Spencer. Time now for our quiz. We mentioned earlier on that we're going to have a quiz. I'm going to be the quiz master because I have a power disorder like that. And I'm going to quiz the boys. So you should have paper and a pen, a nice thick pen, guys, because we want to be able to see your answer.
Layla,
nice. Are you all ready?
Layla, I don't have paper. In the pandemic, I was not able to gain any from the shop.
What?
So
you're going to blame the pandemic for your disorganization?
I have an iPad. Is that all right?
Okay. Fancy.
It's big
enough.
Right,
That's just a flex.
Pandemic.
I got pen and paper.
I've usually got loads of paper.
usually I do.
Can't move for the stuff.
No. Too much of it.
Okay, we will accept your excuse number 1 and allow you to move on. I've got a few questions.
To add a little bit of drama, should we get a heartbeat going?
Yes. I love it. Welcome to our home show quiz. First question. Out of the last 10 grand finals, how many has Aga not been to as a grand finalist? Please write down your answer on your piece of paper. How many has he not been to as a grand finalist? We can give your thinking time avec heartbeat, Spence. I like that heartbeat. There you go.
My thinking face is a lot like my dreaming face, my memories face.
Aga, hit the DMs. Let me know.
I'm not going to give you too long.
I've got an answer, guys. I don't know if it's right, but I've got one.
I have no idea.
Go for it.
We're all showing it at the same
Show
time,
me,
or what?
Spencer. Yeah, all at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Reveal your answers. 6, 3, 4, 3. And Richard, what's that say? 15?
That's a 5. That's a 5. That's a number 1 for question 1.
Oh, you are so neat. Okay, well, guys, the answer was 4. So that was in 2010, 2011, 2017, and 2019. So Brandon got that right. And also, who else got that right? Someone else said 4, no? Just Brandon.
Just Brandon.
Brandon, you are right. Yes, Brandon leading in the competition. Okay. Well,
Brandon opened his little notebook.
Moaba, yeah, with his little notebook. Moaba has a pet. What? What creature does Mo own?
What is this question?
This is the first time Brandon's been in a lead on a weekend in a while.
Heartbeat, please, Spencer.
Let's get the heartbeat. This is the sort of thing that Brandon, your good commentators, they're doing their research. They know these sorts of things. It's investigative journalism.
Do the questions go up to 20? Because if so, we'll be safe. Brandon will only get 19.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to reveal your answers. Are we all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Remember, Brandon's in the lead.
Don't know if you
and
can
reveal
read
your
that.
answers
Right.
now, please.
Mo Alba and his
So
pet
Spencer
python.
believes he has a cat. Dan Gaskin thinks he's got a budgie. Mark thinks he's got a python. Brandon is written, I can't hear you. What? What? And cats for Richard Buckley. Well, I can tell you that Richard and Spencer are correct. He owns a kitty cat.
He also owns a python. He's just not revealed that information to anyone outside of me. It's a personal conversation, but that's it.
Look, I thought this would be
conversations simply aren't counting.
some sort of wild answer. I wasn't expecting like a cat or a dog. I thought this was going to be something fun.
He looks like the
and
kind of guy
exciting.
who have a cat.
I'm
You
back.
guys don't blame the questions, okay? So it's
I'm gonna blame
Brandon
the
2-1 for Richard. I'm going to move on to question number 3. Guys, What does FIFA actually stand for?
Oh, got any hard games?
I want this correctly.
Oh, God. Actually, I'm not sure.
What does FIFA actually stand for? You guys at home can also
takes a while
send
to
in your
write it.
answers. Take part of the quiz with
spell
us.
it right.
Hashtag World Cup at home. Yes, I want spelling. I want everything perfectly. I expect nothing less. So the question is, what does FIFA actually stand for?
I don't know.
How long have you
I've had
worked
an
with them?
educated guess.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
I think I've definitely got the right words. I'm just not sure if they're in the right order.
I missed
You
my pen
probably
and
better
paper.
read this, but I can read it out.
Okay, Brandon, can I confirm you can hear us now, magically, miraculously?
I am back. Basically,
Okay.
what happened was I got so excited with getting the first one right, I ripped out my headphones.
Did you know the answer to the second question?
I didn't even hear the second question.
Oh,
That's a
gutted.
shame. Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Oh,
well,
sorry, you
mate.
passed it.
That's why when
Move on.
you're saying cat and when I got Python, I don't know what the hell is going on.
You know what? You know what I thought, Richard, when I realised you weren't going to... sorry, Brandon, when I realised you weren't going to get a point, you know what I thought?
He's just slippery.
No, not that one.
That is a goal. That is a goal.
That's what I thought.
Oh, we're having way too much fun. Let's move on. I'd like you to reveal your answers, please.
Who wants to read
So
it
what does
first?
FIFA actually stand for? Mark, I can't see your answer. Mark,
Mine's
can you
exactly
read
the
yours to
same
me?
as Spencer. Yeah, mine is Federation of International Football Associations.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
But some,
say
of them
it
haven't, some people haven't put associations.
Yeah,
Oh,
associations.
Association. Is it
Football
an
Okay, well,
International
it's
Federation.
association.
You can just about see
you
it.
are
Federation.
all incorrect.
Is it the other way
Because
around?
not one of you put an accent on. It's actually
Oh, come on.
Fédération Internationale de Football Association.
Have a day off.
You can use
look.
your sound effect now, please.
Oh,
That
I'm Layla. I
is-
speak loads of languages.
That is the
Ah.
worst thing I've ever heard.
Layla, this might
I
be
should
the
get
only point I
You-
possibly get in this tournament.
Yeah,
And you're gonna
later. By
take
the
that
way,
away
that
from
second question, when I wrote down Python, it's actually pronounced cat. So yeah, sorry, that counts as a point.
You know what I think of this quiz?
Go.
I feel robbed.
So, Brandon is still leading with Richard Buckley close behind. I'm going for our next question.
Well, I got a point as
Giving
well.
myself. I'm giving
Don't
myself.
Don't forget about me.
Everyone's battling. Everyone's battling. Here's the
Thank
here's the
you.
graphic. Here's the official as it stands. Brandon is still leading. Richard Buckley is on the same points. Spencer, Dan Gaskin, and Mark Hatcher down below.
How
Right,
do I not
last
have a
question.
point?
Who said I spent 2 hours on practice day teaching him how to take penalties? Now
Yeah,
I've
easy.
gone out to him
Easy.
on penalties.
Now
Who
we're
said
giving-
that?
Now we're just giving away points.
Brandon's face says it all.
Send it him. Oh, right.
I want to know, if it's easy, Spencer, I want to know who it was and who it was about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Is that double points?
No.
I hope this is right.
This is our last question. We're going to pick up the quiz tomorrow in tomorrow's show because I'm having so much fun doing this. And so we'll keep
been
the
rigged.
standings and continue it. Please reveal your answers. Harry, about, Tom, Lee, Harry, hashtag Harry. Everyone's got it right. Everyone's got it right. Congratulations. You're spot on. It was Harry about Fnatic, Tom at Tona. Well done. Well done. I've enjoyed the quiz. Did you guys enjoy it?
I didn't
Apart
like
from
the
the fact
question.
you took away my only point, but yeah, sure.
I did miss question 2, but I'm not going to moan about it.
Don't want to say I'm
Oh,
better.
Oh, you are
but-
all going to moan about it, I think. Let's take a look at the standings of our very
Go on,
important
Brando.
and serious quiz. 2 for Brandon, 2 for Richard, 2 for Spencer. Dan Gaskin and Mark Hatcher trailing
Both had 2.
behind, but tomorrow there's everything to play for as they will be able to take part in the quiz again tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. at BST and 2 p.m. at CEST. For more home show. Also tomorrow we'll have Megabit playing. I hope you've all enjoyed it. We've got some new guests, some new games, more quiz. I've had a great time, and I think that's all that matters. You all had a good
Oh, it's
time.
been fantastic.
Oh,
It's
good
been
for
absolutely
you,
fantastic.
Layla.
Yeah, good for you,
I'm just
Layla.
going to write it down. Don't need
I
to
was
write it
having
down.
a
It's been
great time, and then I just felt like
Right.
I've been
There's
crushed.
just
But
been
yeah, it
lots
was
of
awesome.
memories.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun. It's been good. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then. Good night.
There you go.